Now, to clarify everything, when he said you're probably the last man standing, he was meaning you probably are. Either this would probably be him listening to it, Eggerson listening to it, or whatever detectives that were listening to it. It doesn't matter at this point. What does matter is the fact that in Saw 5, he was proven that he can be a good successor. The reason being is because, okay, you notice how Hoffman was watching how the traps would run smoothly and the rules would go right in Saw 4. Well, okay, look in the end of Saw 4 and he says that you won't go untested. Well, it proves that in Saw 5 he doesn't go untested. And for that word, it's trisectomy. Trisectomy. That's what it was. Now, he was supposed to die. Agent Strom was supposed to die because it clearly said by Jigsaw from Agent Strom that if you keep going, you're pretty much fucked. But if you stay, this will be your sanctuary. Because, the police are coming, they're gonna find him and blah 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 blah. Well, of course he says fuck you to that tape and goes in and wants to be a dumbass. He gets caught by Gordon or by Fisk. That's what I wanted to say to you so far. I think Fisk is working with Hoffman, truthfully, because when you looked at Hoffman being surprised at Agent Strom being alive, Fisk looked surprised as well. Like, not surprised as a sort of point, Agent Strom's alive. Oh, I thought he was dead. I didn't know what he was. No, he was surprised. He was surprised as he's supposed to be dead and he's not dead. Strom goes looking for Hoffman. Hoffman's trying to keep Strom away, and he's gonna put him into being the accomplice. Now, the main thing we have to look at here is this. How are we gonna know in Saw 5, how are we gonna know that Hoffman is really gonna be able to protect himself from all this? Even though he's a police officer, even though he has all this and that or whatever at his hands and at his reach, how is he going to keep his own FBI people off his back? Well, that's why he's creating everything as he's done missing before him. Okay, scratch all that I'm saying. The main proof is, at the end of Saw 5, he has proven the fact that he wasn't the unchallenged successor. He was challenged, but that was only one challenge. There's many challenges to being the successor of Jigsaw. Jigsaw already has a successor. He chose that and won. And I'm gonna say who it is. It's Dr. Gordon. Because if you look in Saw 1, when Gordon was mad at the way Adam was acting, to faking his death, you notice he twitches his eye a little bit, like he's blinking, like he's giving a bit of trust to somebody. To me, he was looking down, he was looking at Jigsaw's body, so in my eyes, that's him telling Jigsaw, okay, now the time is now. Time, everything's still working in good order. But yeah, I wanted to say that he's blinking his eye like, okay, yeah, it looked like he was pissed, but when you look at it at first, he's blinking, showing a bit of trust. And that's what's Jigsaw. The person that's going to challenge him, Hoffman, is Dr. Gordon. Because Dr. Gordon was the one that helped Agent Strom. The reason he helped Agent Strom was because Agent Strom was Agent Hoffman's test to to Jigsaw and to Dr. Gordon that if new accomplices can be obtained, then they can't be caught by any means necessary. And look what he did. He left the pin there because he knows if Agent Strom's smart enough, he'll perform a trisectomy on himself, put it through his Adam's apple, and he'll be able to breathe. And there was a TV in there that was switched off, so I'm thinking that a TV was supposed to play for him at least, just to tell him, what's supposed to happen, blah blah blah. But by looking at the trap, it's inescapable. And by looking away, I would say Hoffman built this trap. And Hoffman was the one that, basically constructed it to the point where, he was gonna die. He wasn't gonna live unless he managed to drink all the fucking water and then piss himself. Which I don't think he was gonna plan to do at that point. He kinda used his phone. He had nothing else on him, all he had was the pen. Performed a trisectomy and he lived. Why? Because Dr. Gordon was there. Dr. Gordon was watching him from behind, like you said. Wasn't that a man in the corner? That is a man in the corner. Because if you look, you think that's the ground, but that's a metal beam. That's a beam that's standing. And there's a corner over there. Brick corner, gray brick corner. And, it has a cloaked figure. To me, that would have to be Dr. Gordon, because he was still there. He had to drag him off, put his head in the fucking box. Yeah. And then for 5, if you notice in a couple of scenes, you'll see a strange man watching Detective Hoffman as he does certain things. And you'll notice from that that is Dr. Gordon. Dr. Gordon is watching Mr. Hoffman to make sure Mr. Hoffman is running everything smoothly. Because Mr. Hoffman thinks he's the last man standing. He doesn't know about Dr. Gordon. He doesn't know anything about him. If he did, you would think that they would show something about him having a connection with Dr. Gordon, in 4 and 5. But he didn't. In my opinion, Dr. Gordon is Jigsaw's real accomplice, and he will be testing Mr. Hoffman to see if Hoffman can really be a true accomplice to Jigsaw. The reason why the reason I think that they didn't show Cary Wells in all 4 movies was because he's his true accomplice. And if he's his true accomplice, we're not going to show anything about him. We're going to make you forget. We're going to make you want to think you should forget about him and all this and stuff. Because then we're going to bring him right back in 6. Just to snap your heads apart and make you think, oh shit, where'd he come from? Well, he came from all the clues and hints. Because the first all 5 movies has clues and hints and answers that will lead you to everything in Saw 6. And that's truly going to be amazing in itself. But yeah, now that Hoffman has succeeded in proving not only to himself, but anyone else, that he cannot be caught, because the leadest man was Agent Strom, and Agent Strom knew that Hoffman was the accomplice. But then he planted the evidence and made Agent Strom the accomplice. And now he's dead. And Hoffman is still alive. Hoffman has proven to Dr. Gordon and Jigsaw and himself that he can handle himself. He's not going to be caught easily. The way I see it, there's 2 different Jigsaws in this whole game. One is the real one, who actually thinks and calculates and puts the games as where they are supposed to be putting. I know it's not a word, but fuck it. And then you're gonna have the Jigsaw who's just gonna go completely fucking crazy and don't know what to fucking do, and that's gonna be Hoffman.